Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Poppy Britt. Welcome back to another podcast. If it's your first time here, then welcome. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. Thank you so much for making time and space for me. It's been only 2 weeks this time, not 3. I am trying to get better at posting. My goal is once a week. I promise. I swear to you. I know I need to be more consistent. Y'all don't have to tell me every single time. I know. I get it. I have some people that get so mad and like say I'm such a piece of shit because I lack discipline. Okay. And honestly, like they kind of eat me up with that, but like I'm trying to do better. Okay. And I just have this issue with perfectionism where I feel like I need to wait until I know everything and learned everything and have all my thoughts together and look a certain way and my skin is clear and whatever. And I'm just like, bitch, not everything's going to be perfect all the time. And I need to accept that. So yeah, because I just know that perfectionism is just anxiety, like getting in the way and telling me that things need to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect. And I literally just saw a message saying that like perfectionism is holding me back and it's better to just show up and get better with time and practice. But like I need to show up. Okay. So here we are. Just when I thought I was like done learning lessons, like I'm back and I don't know what the fuck has been going on with this year, but like it's got hands. But honestly, I feel like now I'm learning lessons quicker. I feel more confident in how I show up and in my boundaries and my ability to walk away from things that no longer serve me. So I feel like I'm doing better and learning my lessons quicker and recognizing when something's a lesson and when it's been repeated and how I handled it in the past and how me now needs to handle it. So I am handling things differently. So I need to give myself some kudos for that. Also did just complete Lent. I did 45 days without drinking any alcohol, which it was the first time in my life that I've gone that long without drinking. I am very proud of myself for having been able to complete Lent. It was my first time ever doing Lent, and so I feel like I learned a lot along the way, and I feel like I am getting more into the church and into my religion and my spirituality, and I feel like going to church was kind of like the missing piece for me. I've always been a very spiritual person, but I think for a very long time I was very strayed away from religion because I am Catholic, and the Catholic Church does have some problematic histories when it comes to abusing Indigenous children and abusing children in general, and colonization, being homophobic and transphobic, and just a lot of problematic things. And so that brings me to the topic of today and my latest hyperfixation, which is the Pope. The Pope died. If you live under a rock, hello, I'm here to break the news. The Pope died, which is absolutely crazy because it just, the timing of everything is really, really insane to me. I think it's hilarious that he died right after meeting JD Vance. I think that's hilarious. It's like, yeah, that the administration is literally the fucking Antichrist. And I really do hope that it's eating him up, thinking that he could have possibly killed the Pope, because the Pope's seen enough, okay? He had to go snitch on himself, okay? He had to go straight to heaven to let them know what you guys are doing down here, because he's seen enough, okay? And I also think it's very iconic of him to have died right after Easter, after Jesus Christ resurrected. I think it's called Easter Monday. I'm learning along the way, okay? Someone got really upset at me last time because I said Jesus used to be lit, and I didn't mean it, and he used to be drunk and shit. Like, no, I know he was perfect, okay? He was a beautiful being, and he wasn't lit like that, okay? I just was saying, like, he was like giving and happy and like lit. Like I feel like the Pope, I would say the Pope was lit too. Like he had fun and he liked to joke, and there's so many pictures of him like trying to like spin a basketball or doing little jokes and stuff. And like the Pope was so big on like not losing your spirit and your happiness, and he even invited 100 comedians to go and sit down with them and thank them for bringing a little bit more laughter and joy into life. So sorry, my bad. I literally just talk like a fucking girly pop, and I know I'm like chronically online. So like I understand that like a grown 45-year-old male that listens to me probably thinks I sound dumb as fuck. I know, I get it. Maybe you're just not my target audience. My hyperfixation has been the Pope this week. May he rest in peace. Now that I have been learning more about Jesus Christ and God and the disciples and the santitos and everything else, I feel like everything's just starting to click. And I feel like my last podcast, 2 podcasts ago, I said I was the Lulu. The worst part is that all of the planets are stationed direct right now, so I can't even blame it on the moon or the retrograde or anything. I'm just the Lulu right now, and I think it's okay. I feel like I am very enlightened, and I'm connecting the dots, and I'm seeing the signs, and I'm seeing the ways that God shows up every single day in my life, and it's allowing me to start leading a life of more compassion and kindness, and trying to right my wrongs where I have been wrong, and forgiving myself where I didn't show up the best, did something that was considered a sin. And I also feel so fucking delulu because I feel like a señora now. Like, I really fucking do. I feel like one of those señoras that's always saying, like, si Dios quiere, si gracias a Dios. Shit like that, persinándome all the time. And I'm like, what is going on? Am I okay? 2024 beat my ass so fucking bad. Like, all I had left was to turn to the church and fucking go pray. And I said it like jokingly, but I really do think that's what it was. Like, I was looking for love and guidance and acceptance in all the wrong places. And so it led me all back to the church, which is something that I had strayed away from for a very long time. And I saw this saying the other day, just saying that like I'm grateful God was still like covering me even in the times where I kind of strayed away from him, because there was a time where I was even scared to like say I believed in God or anything. I always just called it universe, and now I know it is God. God and the universe are all the same. Like, everything is connected. Like, now it all makes sense. But before, I just felt like I didn't want to adhere to one religion, even though I was raised Catholic and I always loved the church. My parents weren't the type to go all the time or every Sunday. I would go when I was in Mexico with my aunt, and I loved going with my aunt when I was in Mexico. And then once we moved here, we kind of stopped going. I did get my sacraments, so I did get my communion when I was in Mexico, my confirmation here. One of the things that my parents have still instilled in all of us is, even if we don't all go to church regularly, I'm grateful that my parents have still made sure to have all of our sacraments, because it's also allowed me to become a madrina to my little sister and my nephew. So I'm grateful that I'm able to do that, and that they've raised us still with God and religion in our life. For me, I feel like I have always been very open-minded to different religions and stuff. I don't think there was a time that I didn't believe that there was a higher power or believe that God wasn't real, and I've always felt very close to La Virgencita. I was still very much connected, but I didn't want to tie it to one religion, because I did want to open my mind to different religions. And like I said, I respect the Muslim religion a lot. I've gone to Christian churches, and not to shit on them in any way, shape, or form, but like I was just even saying this the other day, like even just the aesthetics of Catholic churches and the Catholic religion like really speaks to me, and I love it. I love all the gold and the crosses and los santitos, and that was one of the things that really like instilled my Catholicism into me was my santitos, because I felt like I couldn't not believe in them anymore, and I feel like other religions kind of shun you from believing in anything other than like God, I think. Or I don't know, I sound ignorant probably, but like I'm learning along the way and I don't know that much. So excuse me, religion police, if I don't say things completely properly. I promise I'm trying to learn, and I don't mean to sound ignorant, but I'm just I'm just tiptoeing my way back into religion. So please, like, spare me. Back to the Pope. I feel like I just went on a whole little tangent about my religion, but yes, if you didn't understand or if you didn't get it, I am Catholic. But yeah, the Pope, his death, I think, is affecting not just Catholics, but Muslims and other religions, because I feel like, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people share this opinion, Pope Francis was the closest to what Jesus Christ was like in his teachings. He was accepting of all religions. He believed that we were all God's children. He made daily calls to Gaza to check on the children there. He prayed over everyone. And he really was a humble like leader. He didn't think he was above anyone. He washed the feet of immigrants, and he helped the poor, and he really was the true definition of love, which I think is essentially what God is. I think any act of love is God, and I think any act of goodness is God. So yeah, I'm grateful that I see it that way, because now it inspires me to continue to just be the good in the world, the light in the world, to continue to show love and compassion, and to not ever let anyone dim that from me. I think for a very long time, a lot of people made me either lose my spark or made me feel like I was too much, or that there was something wrong with me, or that I was hard to love. And I'm grateful I'm now at a place that I know that I'm worthy, and that I am love, and I'm worthy of love, and that there are people that love me and care about me, and that there is goodness in my heart. And that's been something that's been at my core, and that the people that know me well, which my mom is always living with her now, it has been such a reminder of the goodness that I do come from, and the goodness that has been instilled in me. My mom is literally like the closest I could say to a saint. She is the most hardworking woman I know in my entire life. Oh my God, why am I getting emotional? I think the reason I'm getting emotional is because I used to pray about this, and I used to wish that I could have a closer relationship with my mom, because I always felt so different from her. I have these crazy nails, and I have tattoos, and I'm very outspoken, and I cuss like a sailor, and I drink like a Theo, and I'm very outspoken, and I'm very fiery, and I stand up for what I believe in. And I know that I may have not always been the easiest kid to deal with, but my mom has always been so patient with me. I did not expect to cry on this podcast, but what's new? Back to what I was saying. I'm grateful that I have now, through living with my mom, coexisting with her, understanding that it's her first time living, that she too is just a girl, and getting to know her more. I'm understanding and seeing the parallels between us two now, where teenager me and me, all my whole life growing up, I felt so different, but it's shown me the ways in which I'm so alike to her, and the values that she instilled in me, and the values that my parents instilled in me, because I am very grateful that nonetheless, like, my parents really did raise me with values, with humility, always taught me to treat everyone with kindness, with respect, to help others, to show love, to show grace, to allow your pockets to bless other people if you have the ability. Whatever it was, like, all of those values were instilled in me, and being able to come home and see my parents continue to uphold those values allows me to be reminded that I'm not a piece of shit. Like, everyone else around in my life made me feel like. I don't think it's a coincidence that my little sister came out looking exactly like me. I don't think anything in my life or my family's life has ever been a coincidence. I see the way my dad manifests everything that he's ever wanted. My dad is one of the most powerful manifestors I've ever seen in my entire life, and he is one of the most hardworking people, and it's a reminder that those values are instilled in me. I come from that. My mom is the kindest, most humble, most patient person I know in my entire life. And although she might not understand it, she's always been so open-minded. She will always put up with my crazy theories and listen to me talk about the war and abortion and politics. And she'll listen and she'll take it in and she'll do her own research, and she starts to teach other people. And it makes me so grateful that I'm able to share my knowledge with her, and that I've been able to build that trust and that relationship that I never thought we were ever gonna have. I've been joking about it, but it's actually true. Like, maybe these religious people were like onto something. Like, it makes sense why people go to church now. Like, I get it. I get now why the teachings of Jesus are so important. Why, like, there's literally a fucking roadmap on how to be a fucking decent human being. All you have to do is listen. And I'm grateful that even though I may have strayed from the church for a while, those values have always been instilled in me. So many people have wanted to make me feel like a piece of shit, especially the people in my comments. And I'm grateful that I'm able to come back to myself, and being home has reminded me of all the goodness that I have been, and the fact that I have continued to be a good person and try, even if I didn't even know that this was expected of me. I have been a better Catholic than people who claim to be Catholic or Christian or religious in general, but do nothing but spew out hate and judgment and racism and homophobia and transphobia, and people who just spew out such hatred. And I have been on the receiving end of it, so I know what it looks like, and I know how miserable people can be. And I'm grateful that I haven't let that harden my heart, and now I know that I have been walking a righteous path, even if the people alongside were fucking throwing tomatoes, trying to make me feel like a piece of shit. Against the eyes of God or the Pope or whoever, I feel like I've been a righteous person. I have helped the homeless. I have helped the elderly. I used to be a CNA. I have helped immigrants. I have been there for children. I have become a safe space, and I have become the person that I wish I would have had when I needed it, and when I was growing up, and when I needed to be protected from certain shit that I didn't deserve. It's led me to the most accepting time of my life, and I give myself so much grace, even more now, because all along I know that I have moved with pure intentions, with a pure heart, with a loving heart, and I know that all of the love that I have given will be coming back to me. I know people will make fun of me because I get played so much, and because I overlove and I give people way too many chances, but I know now that that's what the Pope, that's what Jesus, that's what God would want me to do. And I know that it'll come back to me tenfold, and I don't need to see it now. I don't need to feel it now. And even if I don't ever feel it, at least I know that I leave people better than I met them, and I try to have a good impression. And again, I know I haven't been perfect, but yeah, like I said, I don't think it's a coincidence that the Pope just fucking died. I think it's actually insane. And I was literally joking, like, why did you have to go now? Like, I feel like he really had to make a statement. And another crazy thing is my mom, I feel like, has always been so intuitive. When the Pope died, she said that she had a dream that her grandpa had died, or like an old man had died, but she never met her grandpa and she never had any concept of grandpas. So the fact that she had a dream that an old man, like a grandpa figure, died, and it was right when the Pope died, isn't that crazy? I don't know why. I was up. I'm always up late as fuck. It happened like at 2 a.m. And I just got this feeling to go check the news, and I looked up the Pope. I don't know why. And he had literally just given his speech about like ending the war in Gaza. Just gave JD Vance a lecture on compassion, and then he just dies the next day. Like, he literally just went out with a bang. And I feel like if that's not symbolic, like, what is? Like, his last dying words were like, can we all stop being shitty people? Like, this is not what Jesus would have wanted. Like, the Pope literally, you know what's also crazy? I just found this out. He literally used to be a bouncer at a nightclub. So for the motherfuckers that say that your life ends at 30, fuck you. Like, you can restart your life at any given point, and you can become a better person at any given point, and you can change careers as many times as you fucking want to. He used to have a degree too, I think in like environmental science or something. I don't know, something science based. That's why he was such a good Pope, because he also believed in science, and he was educated, and he advocated for women. He was a feminist too. Like, he really was just such a compassionate and amazing being, and he was so humble. And again, I just love the fact that he always wanted to continue to spread joy and laughter. Like, I think such a beautiful being. It really does make me sad that he's gone, and I really, really do hope that the next Pope that is elected is someone that is a reflection of our latest Pope, and a reflection of what God and what Jesus would have been. And I know I cannot believe I'm talking like this. I really do feel so delulu. I cannot believe I'm like becoming religious. Like, that's really crazy. But like I'm saying, like, it only makes sense. Everything is so connected. Like, politics are connected to spirituality and science. It's all interconnected. And like, the sooner we all realize that, like, the sooner we understand how important it is to build community, to have compassion, to help thy fucking neighbor, to help immigrants, how important it is to advocate for other people, even if it's not directly affecting you. Like, the closer we can get to that, the sooner the better, because the way we're going right now, we're literally just gonna end up fucking miserable. Like, if you look at the fucking Bible, that's literally what happened. And that's why Jesus had to die, because we were such fucking sinners. And I'm sorry if that's not the exact wording, but that's basically what happened. So like, let's not let his death go in vain, and let's try to be better people and be aware and be empathetic and spread love and kindness and awareness and education to whoever we can, and try to leave a positive imprint in the lives that we touch. I think that's what it all comes down to. I think that's what the Pope wanted. I think that's what God wants. And I think that's what we need to do. I think I cracked the code, and I think I'm delulu as fuck, and I sound delulu as fuck, and I know people are going to make fun of me, but it's okay. It brings peace to my heart, and I'm grateful that I'm starting to slowly crack the code, because I just want to be happy. I want to be good. I want to do good, and that's it. I think that's what it's all about, I feel. So, yeah, rest in peace. Thank you for all you did. I'm grateful that you're with Christ now and don't have to shake hands with JD Vance again. I'm sure that was really stressful on you. Sorry that happened, but I feel like at least you got the people talking, you know? So But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and letting me yap. I know none of this made sense. It didn't make sense to me either, but it's fine. We're here. We showed up, and I'm posting a podcast. So what more do you want from me?